Welcome everyone to the first episode of the Adventurers Guild. My name's Brenton, or you can just call me simply Red. It's just a name that I've had for a long time. But first things first, I thought I'd just cover the specifics of this channel. So what we're looking at is to try and create a channel where people can come together and talk about MMOs. For now, particularly, I'm going to be talking about World of Warcraft, as it is a game I'm getting back into. And I just seem to have a lot to talk about and just want to try and show people like it is still a very good game to get into in 2020 when this video is recorded. And with the upcoming Shadowlands patch, I sort of thought, what better time to then just start playing the game again and maybe start fresh. So let's address this as if we're a new player. This is my original account, so it does have characters on it, but it is not my main account. Oh, sorry, it is not my main server, I should say. This is just a server that I've just started playing, so it's got a couple of lower level heroes on there. So you will be seeing now here the character creation screen, so you can go through and pick any class that you want. You can also pick any race that you want. Now, I play Horde specifically, so I'm going to keep up playing with the Horde. If you are a new player, you will be able to pick any of these. Just be aware though, the allied race area you wouldn't be able to pick because you do need to have certain prerequisites done to do so. But we're going to stay away from that. So from here, I normally pick Horde. I have already created a character, but I thought I would just show you a few. So I can pick for the Horde the Orc, Undead, Tauren, Troll, Blood Elf, Goblin, or the Pandaren, which I'll come back to them in just a sec. Or for the Alliance, I can pick the Humans, Dwarves, Night Elf, Gnome, Draenei, or Worgen. When you wish to play, just be aware that Alliance and Horde are separate factions, so if you pick Horde, you're not going to be able to play with Alliance characters and vice versa. If you're playing it with friends, that means that you should all pick a faction that you are all going to play on. So don't play Horde if all your friends are playing Alliance. And the only other thing is then you have to pick a race. Usually you can pick any race and then just find a way to like meet up with them. Or if you want and you can actually get all your friends to agree, you can of course all pick the same race and start from there. Now there's obviously three main roles in an MMO. So that is a tank, a DPS, which is someone who does damage. DPS stands for damage per second. And a healer. You'd want to fill one of these roles each if you can. If not, a lot of classes have a lot of two of these specs. In some cases, they have all three of these specs. Okay, so let's have a look at the classes. We've got the Warrior, the Paladin, the Hunter, the Rogue, Priest, Shaman, Mage, Warlock, Monk, Druid, Demon Hunter, which you will not be able to have access to, I believe, straight away. You must have a character that I believe is at max level, so this one would probably be a no-go. And Death Knight, I think you have to have a character that's level 70, I think, unless they've changed it, so you might not be able to do a Death Knight either. The best thing about it is it tells you at the top, and if I take my mouse away you won't be able to see it, but just under the name of Warrior, it says there its role is tank or melee damage. Paladin, tank, healer, or melee damage. Hunter, ranged or melee damage. So ranged is ranged damage, which means you just attack from a distance. So if you go to the mage, it's only ranged damage. So that can give you a good specific as to how to play the character in particular. So what I've done, as I said, I've already created a character. So we're going to go through that. And as you can see here, this is a lower one of my lower servers. I've only have an 82 mage on it and a bank ult. So we're going to play as Torgrau. He's a shaman, and we're going to play him as an enhancement shaman, I think, which is a melee damage focused character. Now, the focus of this before I get into the world is to have the long-term goal of doing the LoreMaster achievement. Now, I have put an add-on or a mod onto the game so I can track this on Torgrau specifically, and the aim of it is to show you as much of the world as possible, and I'm hoping to try and have this done. I mean, to say before Shadowlands is just unreasonable, but I'd like to be able to show you everything in order. So what's going to happen for those of you who have played this game before and have the knowledge of it, it does mean at level 60, I am going to stop my experience so I can keep playing through the game. I want to experience it as if you're a vanilla WoW player, right back from 2004, 2005, I want to experience it the way that you experienced it, which means I will be stopping at level 60, no longer gaining experience, and going through the content at the required level. And then once I get through it all, I'll be going to 70, so on and so forth, with the idea of showing everyone who's never played this game before each zone, each quest. I might even do summary videos where I can actually talk about each zone as I complete it. But with that, let's get into the video and let's start. So here begins the long journey. First of all, from 1 to level 60. Keep in mind as well, as I enter the world, I probably won't do dungeons straight away. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to specifically show this to new players and show them a reason why it's so fun to still level up in the classic, air quote, area. Okay, it's not very classic since the Cataclysm expansion, which changed a lot of the world, but that's alright. We're going to do as best as we can. It does have a fairly slow load time, unfortunately. So if you've never played this game before, you can rest assured I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks as we start. So I'm going to show you how I sort of set up my character, and then we'll go into it from there. I mean, if it wants to load. This is a very old art piece too, which is kind of nostalgic, but at the same time I wish they sort of changed them up a bit. If you have questions as well, please feel free to leave them below in the comments. I can always answer them as best as I can. I have been a player of the game on and off since like 2009, so unless we're talking like high-end game stuff, I probably can answer it. Oh, the game's struggling. Come on. You can do it. Get there. Come on. Last little bit. Here we go. Alright. So this is... Remember...
Great tragedy has rocked the Thorn tribes and shaken their once stalwart devotion to the Horde. A disagreement between the new Orc war chief Garrosh Hellscream and the beloved Thorn chieftain Cairn Bloodhoof led to a duel that ended in Cairn's death. With his loss, the vile matriarch Magatha Grimtotem launched a murderous attack, attempting to seize control of Thunder Bluff for herself. However, Cairn's brave son, Bane Bloodhoof, successfully repelled the attack and banished the surviving Grimtotem to the farthest reaches of the land. Under Bane's hopeful leadership, the Thorn people now seek to heal their wounds and restore the balance between the various factions of the Horde. To this end, a new generation of Thorn Sunwalkers has arisen to lead their people into the light of a new dawn and the promise of rebirth. As a proud tribesman of Mulgore, you must uphold the honor of your people and safeguard the lands of your ancestors.
I can do that. Alright, so this is what you see when you first log in. And yes, okay, there is a little bit here. First things first, scroll wheel out so you can see a little bit more. Alright, right mouse, the right mouse button turns the camera, and the left mouse button also turns the camera if you leave it be just on its own. If I push down the right mouse button and then the left, I can run and I can turn at the same time. Okay, so that's basic mouse control. You can also use WASD. The only reason why I didn't mention that first is I have a different keyboard setup. If you wish to change that, you just go in here and you can go into key bindings and you want to go action bar. So the action bar here is this one down here. There's also the multi-action bar, which I'll bring up now so you can see. So if we go into here and go system, and, oh, sorry, not system, interface, and go action bars, I want these ones clicked on. So what that does, as you can see, it's popping up down here. I'm getting additional action bars, and there'll be two that pop up over here. Okay, now you can choose to lock your action bars. I don't like locking my action bars because, especially while I'm leveling, because I move stuff around a little bit. So from here, that's up to you. And then from here, the other thing I like add to it as well is I also like to have the auto loot ticked, which means basically when I click on a enemy, I just automatically pick up the items. All right. So from here, I also have a what are they called? A title on. So I'm going to turn those off because those are later game sort of things that I earn. C opens the character menu. I don't really think there's anything else that you need to worry about at that moment. P is the spell book. If you're ever concerned as to what the button macros are for certain things, most of them can be found down here. Okay. Now I do have 2 add-ons or mods on. Three. One is for the achievements, and I'm not sure if it will show up on this character. Yes, it does here. So if I click on my achievements here, it will show for this character in specifically whether or not he has achieved these things. Okay. If you have a look here, collect 15 heirlooms. On the account, I have done it. On the actual character itself, I haven't done it. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right, but we won't be coming in here that often. The other thing is too, up the top here, this is called the Titan panel, okay, or the Titan bar. It does show everything I sort of need for me as I play normally. So don't worry about this too much. When you start off the game, you won't have it, so don't stress if you can't see it. And the other one is actually this bag add-on here. Normally the bags are segmented, so this 12 slot here would just be like a square little thing, and then you'd have another square for any additional bags. So this just cleans up the bags a little bit. Otherwise, it is all as it should be. Alright, so with that, that's enough talking about just add-ons and all that sort of stuff. Let's get into it. So the first thing you want to do is you want to talk to this character here, the one with, or Chief Hawkwind, with the exclamation point. So for those of you who don't know what LoreMaster is completing every quest on the in the game through every continent. So for me, depending on which character you start with or which character you create, what race, you will start in different areas. I'm starting in Mulgore, okay, and I have to quest out. So here is where I am right now. Here is the zone that I am in. Here is the continent that I am on, which means, yes, I have to quest to all of these areas and finish all the quests. Okay, any ones I can find. This is the base game. So the base game is Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms. So that's 1 through 60. Okay, so Eastern Kingdoms, again, has all of this stuff here. And then after that, we're going to go to Outland. So if I right-click one more time, we're going to Outland. I then have to quest through all these areas. Okay, and then we're going back to Azeroth, and we're going up to Northrend. We're going to quest through all the areas of Northrend. That's a lot, but it's only getting worse from here. So from here, after Northrend, we had Cataclysm. Cataclysm has a few zones in Eastern Kingdoms. Sorry, did I say Eastern Kingdoms? I think I meant Kalimdor. They're spread across the world. I'll have to find them. I can't remember off the top of my head. Mount Hyjal is one. The other one is here in the Maelstrom. There's Deepholm. Yeah, they're all over the place. But we'll show those at another stage. After Cataclysm, we have Pandaria. So we're going to have to go through here. I really like the zones of Pandaria, but we are a long way off them. After Pandaria, which is the expansion name, we have Warlords of Draenor, which takes us back out here to all of these. And then after that we have Legion. So if we come back into here, where is Legion? That's a good question. 99 to 100. No. Ooh. Can I not find it? Broken Isles. Yes, this is Legion. Okay. So this here is all Legion areas. And then we've got Battle for Azeroth, which is Zuldazar and Kultiris, which are 3 zones each. So there is a lot to do. And then there is also, of course, Shadowlands, which is coming. So let's get started. This has been a long start to get into it, but let's get into it now and we'll get started. So I'm going to read the quest to you, so you don't have to. All right. What you see here is the work of the Quillbore Young One. Year after year, they have encroached on our village. The great cataclysm finally drove them from their dens to spread like locusts across the land. And now you see the result. My own mother dead from their savagery. Today you are of age. Today you will take up your weapon and fight for the tribe and avenge the Great Mother. Follow the path to the east and find my son, Groll. He will lead you on... I can't read today, which is really unfortunate. He will lead you in our strike against the Quillbore. Alright, so we've had a death. She's dead. That's not a good way to start. There she is there. We're gonna pay some respects. So I'm gonna type in a command. I'm gonna pay some respects. I never knew you, but I will respect you. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's go. So a lot about the early game is really just running around and completing quests. It's really important that you look for the exclamation points because they will assist you when you are playing the game. Now, you're probably not going to see a lot of people because unfortunately most of the content is done at endgame. The leveling experience is really just it's the long haul to the endgame. Okay, at the moment too, we do have this buff here, which I cannot remove. It is experience gains increased by 100%, so it should level up fairly quickly. But with Shadowlands, all the leveling experience is going to change it. Excuse me, again. Alright, welcome to your first true test as a Tauren. Behold Tor Growl. The very presence of the Bristleback is a blight. Nothing is left in their wake but corpses and barren land. Camp Nerake, I can't pronounce things to save my life, so if I butcher the names, just keep that in mind. Could become what we see here in but a few days, unless we stand and fight. This will be your rite of strength, the first ceremony of the Tauren Brave. Go into the heart of the Thorn Snarl and kill Bristleback Killball and return to me. So as you can see here, I've got to kill 6 invaders and I get one of these 2 shiny things as a reward, plus some money and some experience. So let's do it. Alright. So as you can see, for me, you can change this, I think, with the V key. You can turn the enemy nameplates on and off. I like to see the enemy health bars. It just makes things a little bit easier. For those of you who have played this game before and are wondering why I don't have a lot of add-ons, I think add-ons can be quite distracting for a new player. As I said, I want to try and keep this as new player friendly as possible so people can see exactly what the game looks like in its pretty much closest to its base state, aside from obviously the Titan bar and the bags, because I think that way they can go, okay, this is what I expect, rather than having a big cluttered mess. Oh, level 2 already! Alright, we're almost there, 58 more levels to go. So, you know, you'll have to just forgive me, unfortunately, with that respect when it comes to my mods. I might add mods later on, but I want people to really feel comfortable first and just enjoy the game for what it is. So we've killed the Quillbores now, so we've just completed our Rite of Strength. Let's go back and talk to Growl. You fought well, Tor Growl. You may yet be saved. Oh, so we may yet be saved. I don't have any wrist armor. I don't really think I need the ceremonial dagger. I'm gonna go with this. Okay. Despite their size, the Bristleback greatly outnumber us. A pack ambush can easily overwhelm even the largest Tauren. Many new initiates have taken up arms to defend our home. Some have given their lives, but others have been captured alive. Please find their cages and free them. The battle should keep the Quillbore distracted. Okay, so another thing with this game is you press B to open your bag. The items that you get aren't automatically equipped, so we're going to put it on, and you're actually going to see them go, if it's wrist armor, yep, you're actually going to see them equip on, which I love. I love this in MMOs, and I love this about any game. I love to be able to see what I'm wearing. Alright, so now this is a Hearthstone. Adventurer's Hearth, yeah, that's right. So the Hearthstone basically just returns you to a inn or a point of interest that you have set up. Now, if I click this now, it will send me back to the fireplace over there where we started. So we're not going to do that. Tor Growl does not need to go back there already. But I am going to put this just here for ease of access, okay? This is why I like these bars on the side. Alright, so let's go and free some Braves. Man, the Quillbores have really corrupted this land. These are the roots of the Quillbore magic, which is really... Man, it turned a nice area into a crap pile really fast. Alright, so there's our cages. The best thing about at the moment is, even though, see the red aura around the enemy? The red aura means that they are hostile towards you, which means they'll attack you if you get too close. But I do like the fact that the battle's going on and I don't have to worry about it. Alright. So, as for how long this game is going to take to get the LoreMaster, I honestly cannot give you a time frame. It's going to take a long time. The reason being is, and I will show you this as well, just for new players as well, and maybe some older players who don't know. If I go back up here, you won't see it so much in Mulgore, but if I go to, let's say we go to the next area for us, which is the Northern Barrens. It says here, it's got story progress, which is 7 chapters. So there's 7 mainline quests in the game that work towards the LoreMaster achievement. Okay, so that's my understanding of it. In order to get the LoreMaster achievement, you have to complete every story quest within the zones. But I believe some of the story quests can be padded out between multiple other quests. So, you know, we're just going to complete as many as we can and go from there. So, as I said, if you're expecting like a short run through of everything, when it comes to an MMO, there is no such thing as a short-term progression. It's all long-term, especially in WoW with 120 levels. But if you're watching this in the future and Shadowlands is out, you're lucky. You only have 60 levels to go up instead of 120. Alright, Growl. Or Growl. Thanks to you, our people are free to fight for our home. You're welcome. Give me my gloves. Okay, go to Adana. We've struck a great blow against the Quillbore here. I will stay here and hold the line, but you need to move on. That was fast. I've only just arrived. Seek Adana Thunderhorn. She has taken a few Braves to the southwest to root out the rest of the Bristleback. Okay. So once again, let's put our nice new shiny gloves on. Oh yeah. Looking geared. And let's follow it. So on the map at the top right, you can see our current quest, which is nice with retail. If you've ever played retail, or if you've never played it, and then go and play classic, it is a little bit different. So classic WoW doesn't have these things show up on the map as easily. So even if I go here, it shows you exactly where it is. In classic WoW, it doesn't have it. So it does make our job a little bit easier. But who knows? Maybe I'll do a classic, I suppose, LoreMaster, trying to do everything and see how it goes. It'd be a lot more difficult, that's for sure. Alright, Adana.
Well met.
More trails lay ahead, Torgrel. I hope you're prepared. Yes, I am ready. Oh, level 3. Beautiful. Okay, so from here, it is my role to test our young initiates on the ways of the hunt, and that hasn't changed. Today, the Quillbore are our prey. Sweet. Rite of courage. Alright. One of the first lessons you should learn, Torgrel, is to never underestimate your prey. While we were distracted by the attack on Camp Narake, more of the Bristleback swept in unnoticed and stole our cache of our rifles. You can see them to the south now, filling the air with lead. This is your rite of courage. Brave the hail of gunfire. Yes, sure, no worries. Hunt the Bristleback gun thieves and bring back our rifles. And I get some pants out of it. Alright, I will go and do that. But what's this other quest? Stop the Thorn callers. Knowing the ways of your prey is another aspect of the hunt. In the lands they come from, Quillbore live in the shade and protect protection of the huge thorn roots. When they move, their shamans seed and grow new roots for them to live in. These thorns mar the land and choke out other life, turning the earth around them barren. Go to the south and stop these thorn callers before they have a chance to continue to grow. I apologize about my inability to read basic quests. I think I just need to slow down and and try not to read 4 or 5 sentences ahead. So that would explain then all these roots. So these bristleback are actually like causing all this corruption, and it's coming out of the out of the ground. That is cool. All right, so from here, I've got a new spell. I got Flame Shock. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put Flame Shock on Q. Now you can of course set up your hotbars any way that you like. Again, just go into your key bindings and you can do that. Oh, 2 stolen rifles. Perfect. The best thing about it is, like, it's actually a pretty easy start to get through all this. Oh, got a shiny apple. So I will show you some profession stuff as well. There's professions like I can do gathering professions, which usually falls to one of 3, which is mining, skinning, or herbalism, which are all pretty self-explanatory. And then I've also got production professions, which are, I'll see if I can remember them all. There's blacksmithing, leatherworking, alchemy, inscription. What else? Jewel crafting, enchanting. Did I say tailoring? Yeah, there's a few. And they can assist you by getting your gear and all that sort of stuff as well, which is nice. What else can we do? There's also secondary professions. So secondary professions include, actually I can bring them up here, cooking, fishing, and archaeology. Okay, so I can create food that gives buffs. Fishing, self-explanatory. Archaeology is digging up fossils. So I will show you those as well, but I think at the moment I'll just probably show you a little bit more of the leveling experience. I can't actually use them until level 5 anyway, so that gives us a bit of time just to sort of go through and do what we can. So the reason why I have this Titan panel is I like to see a few things that I can just mouse over and get the information. So if I have a look here, it shows you where I am. Okay, so that's my location. This is my EXP info, so how much experience I earn per hour, all that sort of stuff, how long I've spent on a level. It's all there, as you can see. Alright, how long they expect me to level up. This here shows you my gold. Now, this actually shows you my gold on all my characters, so you can see Elenaril up the top there is my level 80 character. Talinka is my bank ult. So, as you can see, this server is quite poor. Then it's my bag space. It just shows you, more interestingly, just how much space I have free and my durability, whether or not I need to repair or not. So I like to have that just accessible rather than having my bag always open, especially if I want to see my gold. Okay. Alright, so there we go. Keep going. Also, for those of you who like to know your playtime, for anyone who's weird like me, who likes to know how much of their life they've wasted playing a game, the Titan bar does show that as well up the top here. As you can see, I can't mouse down. It is, where is it? Total playtime. Okay, right under the top one. It shows you how old your character is and how long you've played it. You can also type in /played. And it will appear down here in the bottom left hand corner of the screen. I don't know why I'm showing you that. I just, like, I sometimes like to know how much of my life I've wasted. It'd be interesting to know how long it takes me to get all the way to 60 and then complete every zone. So what I might do is I might take screenshots of each progression so you can see just how long it's going to take. Alright, so we've completed the 2 quests. Let's head back. The one reason why I decided I wanted to make this video is, like, there's a lot of the zones that, like, for myself, having played the game for quite a few number of years, there's quite a few zones that I've never experienced. And I thought to myself, what better way to do it than to just play through the game and just experience it with everybody else. So I'm really making this video for me to have an excuse to play through some of the zones, but also to show people that like the base game's still really interesting. And if you're not sold on buying Battle for Azeroth straight away, you don't want to really commit to that the purchase of the current expansion, you can pay $15. You have to pay $15 a month anyway to play, but you could pay that $15 a month on a starter account and get access to everything up to level 110. So you're not going to get there that quickly, which is sort of a reason why I sort of mention it, why I thought I'd show you a little bit of stuff, because you're not going to get there quickly enough where you can like just go, oh, I spent $15 and wasted my money. There's a lot there to see, or a lot here to see. Anyway, so let's get back into it. Rite of Courage. How many have you brought me, Initiate? I brought you 7, exactly the amount you asked for. Well done, Torgral. Respect your prey and the danger it carries, but never fear it. In fear, you become prey yourself. I get the rabbit chases Greaves. Thank you. With the corruptors slain, the Earth Mother will mend her own wounds in due time. The roots are not meant to thrive here and will wither. Balance will return. Oh, that's nice. And I get thorned links. They're giving me a thorned belt. Thank you. Alright, the battle boars. There are more threats to be dealt with here. The bristleback are taming wild boars to use against us. These armoured battle boars have been abused beyond hope of recovery. They must be put down for our safety and their peace. Go to the pens to the south and slay them, Torgral. Return to me afterwards. Kill 10 armoured battle boars. That's terrible. They've been tortured and fused with armor. That's... oh, man. Alright, I am going to kill them. They're just over there by the sounds of it. Well, the map shows. But anyway, from here. We must do more than simply hunt boars here. The eyesore that has been left upon the land must be purged. To give them a wild thirst for blood, the battle boars are force-fed raw flesh. Take this torch and use it to burn the troughs of meat and the gore to cinders. Man, this episode is, or this first episode is incredibly dark. That's disgusting. What type of flesh? Like their own, like other boar flesh? Like that's oh. I'll put you out of your misery. So for this quest, there is a, if you have a look over here, you've got your quest, your current quest that you're on. Now, for the troughs are over here, but I can't click on them. So what I need to do, it's giving me a quest item here, the torch. I can click on that and it will, in this case, it will actually just throw it straight away, which makes it easier. As you can see, that's going to burn out and I should get something pop up here. There it is, Armored Battle Boars Slain. Perfect. Well, actually, that's for the other quest. But yeah, it's basically it's slayed one. But from here, if you have a look down here, the third trough has been burnt. So from here, I throw that. And I'm going to do the other one while I'm here. Now, it's doing it automatically. It's targeting what I need. Normally, if I click on the quest item, it might bring a green ring on the floor. And I just target it and then put it down. So there's that as well. Alright, so let's do this. Let's kill some more battle boars. We've got to kill 9. Oh man, look at that. Armor's on them. Oh, actually no, it looks like it's strapped on. Okay. Oh, one thing I hope Blizzard does, like eventually, is update some of these character models. So what you're seeing here is actually quite an old character model for the boars, and it just looks a bit average. Like there's a lot of zones like that got reworked and have new enemies in it, and they look a lot nicer. The battle boars just look out of place. Alright, 5. Oh, we're about to level again by the looks of it. Yep, there we go. Beautiful. Now, from here, I can't change my spec yet, so I'm still elemental. We got Healing Surge. Beautiful. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put Healing Surge on Q. And I'm going to switch these around. So I don't really need Healing Surge. cast lightning bolt. So I quite like the shamans. I've actually got a max level shaman and he's an orc, but like I kind of like Thorn for a shaman, so I decided to re-roll one just for this playthrough, and I wanted to play him as a Thorn. It's a little bit more, I suppose, lore friendly. There's probably someone that goes, that's not lore friendly at all, but I don't know, like the Thorn are just sort of like chilled. Like, they're a very chilled race. I don't know. I just like being a big raging bull with shooting lightning out my hands. Like, don't judge me. There's a warrior who's AFK. Alright, the battle boars. Good work, Torgryle. Those beasts could have been a greater threat than the Quillboar themselves if we had not taken action now. Yes, well, that's just wrong that we had to kill them, but it's wrong that they were tortured and all that sort of stuff. You've not only wiped the boar pens clean, but you put a stop to a horrible desecration. Well done. Yes, thank you. Some recognition for some good work. Chief Squealer Thornmantle leads these Quillboar. It was he that set upon Great Mother Hawkwind and took her life. What a... Alright, he's dead then. Leading the attack on Camp Narrowcay, he fled and hid afterwards, but we found him. He lurks to the west within his foul den of thorns, feeding off any braves we send after him. You've proven yourself as a brave defender of our people. Kill Torgryle, kill Thornmantle. Kill Torgryle. No, kill myself. Torgryle, kill Thornmantle and bring his mane back to Chief Hawkwind in honor of the Great Mother. I can do that. Alright, so we're gonna go and kill Thornmantle. Let's get it done. I do really like this zone. It's only a starting zone, but it's kind of comfy. Like, you know, you can see all of your land, and it's here. Oh, Thornguard. All right. Oh, there he is. There, Chief Squealer Thornmantle. All right, let's take out his guard first. You're dead, son. Alright. Oh, he's got 120 health. He might actually be difficult. Lightning bolt. There's like basically no way that these guys can kill you. Like, I now have a dot on him doing damage over time. Oh, he stunned or he knocked me back. Alright, let's keep going. We've done that, now we're going to go hand in. We're just going to go up this road. Well, hopefully with him dead now, they will turn tail and run, and we have become the first hero that this world needs. This game currently, like, if there's a way to classify you as a hero, there is... Like, this game gives you as many reasons to call you a hero as I can possibly think of. Like, it's just crazy how many times you're known as, like, hero in this game. You'll probably get it here and now. Ready? Here we go. Have you completed your trials, young one? Yes. Chief Hawkwind holds the mane of Thornmantle over his head. The chief of the Bristleback is slain. Great Mother Hawkwind's spirit has been avenged. So I get a belt and, oh, a bag of thorns, which is a backpack. Sweet. So, the camp is safe and the Quillboar driven off. All thanks to you, young one. You have my personal thanks for what you have done for my mother, my son, and for all of us. It is now time to put Great Mother Hawkwind to rest. Lay the final offering at her feet, Torgrel. You will, and we will say our goodbyes. Offering. Let's see what they say. Scratching my butt. Oh. There you go. A salute. There is balance in all things. As Great Mother Hawkwind's spirit takes its final journey, you will begin your first. Today you have undertaken a rite of passage, far more difficult than we ask of most of our units. Be proud. Now is time for you to continue your journey. To the west, beyond our burial ground, you will find a path winding up the mesa. Follow it to the top and speak to Dayami Windsor. Walk with the Earth Mother friend. You will always be welcome here. Okay, so he didn't call me a hero, which is nice. You don't want to start calling me a hero just yet. Up the hill. Actually, one thing I like is, so we've been in here, like, for this little bit here. We're now looking out further. But we're going to get up to the top before we really appreciate that view. Oh, we've got some more equipment too, don't we? We've got quite a bit more equipment, which I have not put on. Alright, so we're going to look here first while I put that on. Okay, so new pants. Oh, by the way, if you click shift, you can have a look at the stats if you've got something equipped. So if you don't have it equipped, if you push shift, nothing will pop up. But if it's here and I press shift, it shows that it will give me -1 armor if I equip it. So I will keep on what I have. So from here, I'm going to actually put the cheaper one on because I can sell that for more money. That's just food. That's random crap. And that's 1 armor. Sweet. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, wow. How cool is that? So we're only just getting started. That's one thing I really like about this game, is the fact that you can see off in the distance, like this area over here, if we have a look where it's pointing, it's part of the Stone Talon Mountains. That's not in Mulgore, up here. Alright, so that's actually in the next zone. You can reach out and actually see that far. Like, that's really cool. So we've got a long journey ahead of us, but we're gonna get started and we're gonna keep doing. Like, we're gonna keep doing it until we get all the way to 60. So with that, we're gonna call out the cry of my people, or our people, the Tauren. Sorry, I just had to do that. You can moo as a Tauren. And with that, we'll see you in the next video. So I will see you soon. Have a good one. Bye.